you have this issue when you procrastinate so much, but at the same time you do have big visions and big goals, and you know that you're meant for more, and you know that you can achieve certain things and you really want them, but you just end up scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours and just bed rotting all day, I can really relate to you because I was literally the same. Now I am much more disciplined, and I think I've built a really lasting discipline, even though I went from a chronic procrastinator to an absolute girl boss, and it wasn't at the cost of my sanity or anything like that. And I don't have strict routines. I am making this video to show you how I did it and hopefully help you and inspire you so that you don't have to stress as much as I did. Because procrastination is actually fear in disguise, and it really does cost you your dream life that you could be living otherwise. And procrastination often stems from different insecurities or fears, or maybe your past experiences. Maybe you've done something in a certain way and it never worked out. Honestly, it also comes from literally excuses. For example, fear of success. You define your own success. Literally, no one can tell you how you should be successful. You are the person that defines it in your own unique way. Fear of failure. Well, failure is literally an inevitable part of any success story out there. And instead of being scared of failing, you should be scared of staying the same and staying stuck in the same exact spot as you are in now. Fear of being too late. It is literally never too late. Fear of lack of skills or resources. Well, skills can be literally built on the fly, and you can make your own resources. But let me get into how I actually did it for myself and what helped me get into this discipline and really consistent personality and identity. Because like I said in the beginning, it wasn't really easy. At the start, I would just get paralyzed almost from how much I wanted to do. I went and did it the hard way, so you don't have to. And the first thing that I will say is a very harsh reality check, but I feel like everybody needs to hear this, and that is that you need to get over yourself. Procrastination, like I said, often stems from insecurities, past experiences, or even just excuses. And just before you say anything, please don't take it the wrong way. I just want to make it very, very clear that I am not talking about medical issues or health issues in general, mental health issues and stuff like that. I am not talking about things that are genuinely out of your control. But a lot of the times we do make up excuses, and those things are actually something that we can change, or we pay too much attention to things that actually we can't really control anymore, instead of looking at things that we do and completely should control. It's really harsh, but it is true, and it's something that I needed. And honestly, I had those wake-up calls, I mean, more times than I can count, and I would refuse to learn the lesson repeatedly, and that's why I kept getting into the same exact spot until I finally learned that, hold on, I am literally the issue here, I am literally the problem, and I need to do something about it. So the point is, get over yourself and really just face the fact that you are the reason you procrastinate and that you are making up excuses. Now, the second thing is to embrace the discomfort, because procrastination is technically your comfort zone. Just because it doesn't feel that comfortable and it's not something that you love doing, because normally procrastinators will actually feel guilty for not doing anything, and that makes them spiral into more procrastinating, which is a crazy loop. I know, I've been there. But at the same time, procrastination is what we know and what we got used to, therefore it is our comfort zone. So you need to really embrace the discomfort and getting outside of those circumstances and your comfort zone in general. And that can be through taking risks, taking bold action, taking steps that you normally wouldn't take. It can be even as little as showing up despite not wanting to, because that over time builds so much resilience and, again, so much discipline and consistency. The third thing is to set strict rules while you work. And while I know that strict word sounds a little bit scary and intimidating, it's actually in your best favor. Find things that distract you the most while you're working, and things that you normally gravitate towards when you want to procrastinate. For most of us will be our phones, social media, TV, watching a show. So whenever you work, make it a rule and make it your identity to take your phone, your laptop, your iPad, whatever distracts you, into a different room, put it on D&D, don't have any notifications on. If you've got an Apple Watch or any other watch, also turn that off or take it off completely. And while you work, just be in a different room and fully focus. It can also be 3-second rule. So for example, when you feel like you don't want to do something or you start overthinking things, count to 3 and literally just go for it. Just literally just do it. Because this rule honestly saves so much time and so much procrastination, and it really helps you just getting up and doing the thing that you're supposed to do. Number 4, and a very important part of this, is understanding that your sole job and responsibility is following your long-term vision and not your current mood. Now, I'm not saying to never feel emotions. I am still telling you to always feel your emotions, process your emotions, and when something is heavy, of course, don't push yourself to work at your 100%. But what I'm saying is, show up, and even if you are feeling like you are at 20% battery, show up at your best that day. Because of course you're not going to be feeling 100% all the time. There will be days where you just don't want to do things, but the key is to have a backup plan, as I call it, to use when you are on those 20%, 5%, 15% days, and know what you can do in those days that still moves you forward but doesn't drain you even more, doesn't overwhelm you even more. Because discipline is called the highest form of self-love for a reason. And number 5, which is my favorite and something that helped me so much, is incorporating slower and balanced routines into your day. And also having one dedicated day where you completely take a break and completely recharge. Why? Because you need to be balanced. You need to have this balance in order to actually show up as your most productive and disciplined self. There's a reason why even athletes have rest days, because their bodies need to rest and recharge, recover from all of the work that they do on training days. And that is the same for every single thing in the world. Because if you push your limits constantly, you're just gonna burn out or basically hate what you're doing. The key is to make it so nice that you look forward to it. And even if you, let's say, have a very packed day, make sure that you wake up and you do things that genuinely fill your cup. Don't do things like scrolling first thing in the morning or scrolling last thing in the evening. Make sure that you do things that genuinely help you reset and get into the day and end of the day on a positive note. And remember that this is not about hustling 24/7. It is about loving yourself enough to do the uncomfortable now, that later you will be thanking yourself for doing these things. Most successful people that you've heard of were grinding for decades, crying and giving up and feeling like they can't do anymore so many times. We haven't seen it because they never showed it to us. Despite feeling that way, they still believe that they can achieve the thing that they want, and you know what? They did. They ended up doing it. So many people, actors, singers, producers, so many successful people out there had their break moments, had moments where they just didn't want to go anymore. But despite that, the faith that they had in themselves and the vision is what kept them going. This is literally the essence of following your plan and not your mood. Work in silence and let the success do the talking for you. And if you found this video helpful, I do have a much more in-depth guide on building discipline that is literally 30 minutes long. Also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. This is both platforms that I post bite-sized advice every single day, and you can connect with me on there as well. I'm on Snapchat as well, and on Spotify you can listen to my videos on the go. Let me know what should I post next. I also recommend you watch my Unfiltered Thoughts series, my deep dives, my commentaries and other how-tos, because I've got tons of them on my channel. Let me know how you liked it, because your feedback means the world to me, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.